Hello, welcome to a Monday edition of The Voice of Ocala. I'm Buddy Martin along with the crew. Glad to be with you on this late spring day where it's still nice outside. What great weather we've been having lately. Wow, let's have some more of that. And hope you had a good weekend. Looking forward to this week. Glad to be with you every day as we are right here on The Source as we bring you local and live reports, news, interviews. Today's program, no different, hopefully. One of our special guests today, a guy we always enjoy having on, Brad Rogers, editorial page editor of the Ocala Star-Banner. And, of course, in the Sports Hour, we'll be talking to Franz Beard, updating you there, talking about the Preakness. There's news there, the Preakness winter, and what will happen to the Preakness winter California Chrome. Since the news has come out today, we'll tell you about that. We might have Michael Compton on if we can snare him. And, of course, we'll wrap things up with a day of information out of Gainesville from Franz Beard regarding Gator football, Gator basketball, all things Gator. And I'll say hello now to my broadcast partner, Tom Schmitz, and Austin Statman Tatman. Hi, guys. How was your weekend?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Sound good.
You
singing tonight, by the way?
No. I lost my voice hollering for California Chrome to hold on because I'd made a wager. I won my wager and lost money.
Well, that's because you bet a favorite, prohibitive favorite. That will happen.
You must have been screaming for a really long time because the race isn't...
About 2 minutes.
You started screaming at for 2 minutes. You were screaming before he got out of the gate. So
no, right after he got out of the gate.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you won something. That's better than last time when you got nothing.
Well, I did something this weekend you suggested that I do before.
That gets you in trouble.
I actually followed one of your suggestions and had an amazing time.
Well, good. I'll hear about that next.
Yeah. Tell you all about it.
I had dinner with...
had to do with Silver Springs.
Good. I had a dinner with some friends from Europe, actually my relatives, and had a conversation about life in a foreign land. And they're here in America for only the second time, and one of the couples, the father and mom, did not speak English. We had to use interpreters. I learned a little bit about parts of Europe, and I think that's part of what you do when you educate yourself. You learn a little more, and you also feel more like you're interested in learning more about it. So I'll tell you about that old dinner time over the weekend, and also today on the program. It's kind of like we sometimes do three things about three things. Today, I've got lists. I've got lots and lots of lists. You know, America loves lists. We love lists of all kinds.
We certainly do.
And so I've got lists today that, Warren Buffett's 10 most valuable stocks. I've got 10 best-selling products of all time. This will be a challenge for you and Austin to see if you can name any of these products. I'm talking all kinds of products here, okay? 10 best-selling products of all time. One or two of them have been around for a long, long time. Then I've got odd baby names for 2013. I know nobody with these names. So those are some of the lists for today, and we'll get to those in just a moment. Also, I got a segment called Today's Big Idea. This is something a company did regarding its bags and its cups, which enhances the experience of being at their restaurant. I told you about it a little bit about it last week, and I'll tell you about it today regarding somebody did something very simple. And it has to do, I'll just say this, it has to do with reading. And if you ever read the backs of a cereal box as a kid growing up, which most of us did, you might like this idea, which is a little bit different. So, also, my favorite TV program wound down last night, The Good Wife. We'll talk about that, what happened, which way they're going to go, and also The Mentalist, the last show of the season for The Mentalist.
Kind of shocked me.
A little bit of a twist there, yeah, for sure. So, and then, Tom, I know you like history, and we like philosophy, and there's a little story I've got today online, tips from ancient thinkers about communities and life and whatever. This goes back to the old days and what they did.
Like Plato and those guys?
Yeah, and beyond, yeah. So I'll tell you, we have one every day now. I've got 7 of them. We'll have one every day for the next 5 days. I'll tell you about what those tips are. Today's is on the community and why the community is so vital to our health and our being. So I don't know if you read the newspaper over the weekend, but I was in church on Sunday, and Commissioner Kathy Bryant was sitting across the aisle from me. The pastor, Pastor Mark, made a statement, kind of a bleak statement regarding saying no about how your kids basically run your household. They really are the ones who are the bosses, and how parents must learn to say no and make their no be no. And he made a comment about, well, that's the truth for the politicians. And you politicians out there, I'm sorry if this is you, but you need to stand up and take note. And Kathy Bryant, everybody stirred at Kathy Bryant. It wasn't directed at her. And so when it was over, she said to me, that made me think of Brad Rogers' column today. So I thought, well, I better go back and read it today because I hadn't read it. So I did read it, and of course, Brad will be with us. We'll tell you what he said. This is a topic called kicking the can down the road. We've heard that before, and what's going to happen to the 1 cent sales tax and the things we need in our community. So that's some of the things we got going on. And basketball, we'll talk about that. Austin, I'm sure you watched the resurrection of the Pacers over the weekend. We'll talk about that. Your favorite player is back in the playoffs, looks like, Tony Parker. And again, we'll talk about California Chrome. Let's take a break and return next right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1378. Oh,
you see,
I did it already.
3 years of habits hard to read.
You're listening to the Voice of Ocala.
Go for it. Do slogan.
Listen to the Voice of Ocala live and local.
Boy.
And streaming live at WOCA.com. The source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to OCUS, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. OCUS, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz of the Voice of Ocala, heard daily on these airwaves from 3 to 6 p.m. People always come up and ask me, is Buddy Martin really a nice guy to work with? And I always tell them, sure, he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. It's a pleasure working with Buddy every day. It's almost like no work at all. Did that sound believable? I mean, wait, is this still on?
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Coming August 8th and 9th, the first annual Ocala Bike Fest. How would you like a chance to win a 2014 Harley Street Glide? How about a 2014 Indian Chief Vintage? The tickets are only $100 each, and each chance drawing has only 599 tickets. Now that is some great odds. All proceeds go to ARC. Questions, call 387-2210. The number again is 387-2210. Ocala Bike Fest. We'll see you there.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA.
This is Tom Schmitz live in WOCA News Centers with this news break brought to you by the Angelo State Farm Agency. According to a story on Ocala.com, 3 young children were critically injured Sunday night after the car they were in struck a Florida Highway Patrol trooper's vehicle. Trooper Raul Umania tried to make a U-turn across the median of the highway. As he made the maneuver, his patrol car struck the guardrail and spun the car onto the inside southbound lanes and into the path of the 2014 Nissan Altima. The Altima, driven by Christia Jones of Orlando, crashed head into the patrol car, then veered into the path of a Mercedes-Benz which struck the Altima. Logan Grant, Leonard Mabin, and Denard Mabin, all of Orlando, were critically injured. They were flown by helicopter to UF Health Shands Hospital in Gainesville, according to reports. This news break was brought to you by the Angelo State Farm Agency. Join Angie weekly for her Biz Buzz, her Good Neighbor Award.
To the ground, getting nowhere. Baby, it's high time to get
Yeah, we got to put you on injured reserve. I don't know. My voice sounds pretty bad, so we'll limit your talking. Austin, that would be a novelty. How would we do that? You imagine that?
It'll be a good day.
Little monitor on the big guy here. He's rest that voice up. He's got to do a whole.
He's got a pitch count.
Got a pitch count, exactly. Tomorrow he's got Terminator. So
I may have exceeded my pitch count already.
Don't want you to talk unless we ask you to, okay? We'll point to you. Because seriously, save your voice. Save it up. It's like
I got to do trivia tonight. I need my voice.
There you go. Caleb Johnson, the guy on American Idol, as a matter of fact.
The rock and roll guy.
By the way, who's going to win it? And he's going to be a heck of a rocker. He's going to be a big star. His voice gave way, and they actually had some kind of diagnosis of a blood vessel. So they limited Ryan Seacrest, limited his talking. So we're limiting your talking, big guy. Okay, well, let's let you know. Also, I'll let you know when you need to be speaking. You know, before we start our day of list on a Monday, by the way, I feel good today. I feel good about this week. It's good to be alive, you know? It's good to be alive and be in a good place, in a place where we can, in our community, where we can talk to friends and people. Love going out and about as I did this morning and having breakfast and talking to folks and people making comments about not just the show, but the community and interacting. And it's really a good feeling to know that when you connect, we joke about our listenership sometimes. It may be a little bigger than 30 people. I'm just saying that, okay? Because possibly it could be 45 or 50, but we'll go with what we got. Don't talk yet, Tom. I can see you about to talk. Don't talk. We can't talk yet. Here's what I want to say. We got lots of lists today. And I always like this story. The new words that one of the dictionaries, in this case Merriam-Webster Dictionary, have brought into the English language. Now, I got enough problems knowing the present words, okay? But now we got new ones. These are words that are legit. Now, we know the words. It's just that their usage are different, and they have changed some of the way we describe things. Let me just tell you about a couple of words, okay? I mean, we know about the new words like in the past, like we've had selfie and hashtag and unfriend and all that tweet and stuff. And the new one also includes some words like turducken and so on and so forth. But this is there's a list of brand new words that have just been added to the language. Let's see if you can guess what they are. Catfish. Also, you know what a catfish is?
I've heard it. I'm not completely sure on what it is. Has something to do with dating, I'm going to guess?
Well, don't you remember the whole situation with the Notre Dame linebacker?
Yes.
So the cat was catfish.
Oh, yes, I know. There's a TV show on MTV made about it.
Catfish. Catfish now is a person who sets up a false personal profile on a social networking site for fraudulent or deceptive purposes. We know, obviously, this happens a lot obviously out there, and some people get burnt. So that's now. Here's what I'd never heard before: steampunk.
You don't know what
idea.
steampunk is?
Steampunk, no.
Yeah, it's a person that dresses the turn of the century, but science fiction. They wear funny little top hats and glasses and everything.
All right, that's enough. Now we're talking. That's pretty close to correct. Science fiction, you're right. 19th century society is dominated by historical or imagined steam-powered technology. It's that era.
Jules Verne.
Yeah, but he's a real guy, right? So,
Right, but it was inspired by his writings.
okay, here's one. Dubstep. D-U-B-S-T-E-P.
Yes.
Dubstep. What you got?
It's a type of music that's like
Okay.
broken up, doesn't really sound like music.
Yeah.
It's just like choppy, like a lot of loud
Yeah.
sound noises, sound effect type stuff.
I'm seeing a lot of these videos. I saw one the other night on the, what was the ABC show last night they had on music? Billboard. And you see them now in movies, and there's these super DJs. I don't know what they are. These guys are like gods now. They got the big, huge sound, and they have one skit. I think they had one on Saturday Night Live where they had the guy playing and just messing around where they're going to push the bass button, and it's like a tantalization of the audience. The bass button apparently is the moment when everybody has ecstasy. Dubstep's a type of electronic dance music, as you say, with prominent bass lines and syncopated drum patterns. Is that what you meant, Austin?
Yeah. Skrillex is a type of group that does dubstep music.
All right, so is that popular now?
Not in my circles, but yeah, for the most part.
Sounds very Euro to me.
Yes.
I don't mean to make that a disparaging term, having had dinner with people from Europe on Saturday night, but I mean, it sounds like something you see in. It reminds me, Tom, of some of the old Saturday Night Live skits on German discos. You know.
Yes, it's very, very, very urban and very electronic and very used now by people that take Molly and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, how about crowdfunding? This one I kind of know. This one, crowdfunding.
That's where you go out and you ask for contributions from
On the internet.
Yeah,
you
on the
start
internet.
a fund. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Crowdfunding. And finally, fangirl.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, you do. You ever hear the term baseball annies?
No.
Baseball annies was a term made up back in before my time, of girls that hung around the ballpark.
Like Susan Sarandon's character in Bull Durham.
Yeah, baseball annies.
Okay.
Fangirl, a girl or a woman who's extremely or overly enthusiastic fan of someone or something.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, just a few little new words there for you, keep you up to date. And I got like 2 of those, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty hip.
You are.
By the way, this just in about the new game, the new old game, America's favorite game, Fake or Factoid. Alexander's favorite new game is
Fake or Factoid. Yeah.
He made me play it Saturday night.
And Alexander's favorite player, Tom. I guarantee you.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He knows that Fake or Factoid. He says, now come on, he says, Mom, turn it up. It's Fake or Factoid. So it's officially made it. My grandson has endorsed Fake or Factoid, America's new hot game.
But because he likes to hear Poppy talk or because he knows that Tom's so smart?
Probably neither one.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably neither one. All right, so let's take this one. 10 best, how about this one, Alex? 10 best all-time selling products. Now, I would have probably gotten 2 of these, maybe, if I stretched it. By the way, just while we're talking about these game shows, have you tried to watch Jeopardy at all the last week?
Yes.
I couldn't understand.
It's unwatchable.
It might as well have been in Latin. I got nothing. I mean, how can I answer the question? I don't even understand it. I don't understand what they're talking about.
I know.
I'm a average intelligence at least.
Tournament of Champions, though.
I got nothing, man. Whew, wow. That's scary stuff. Scary stuff. Okay, here we go. You ready
10
for this?
best-selling products of all time.
Yeah, now this will be everything. I'm going to give you some hints.
Now, this is worldwide.
Yeah, this could be meds. This could be technology. This could be music. It could be books. It could be anything. It could be toys, devices, whatever. And some of them, if you think about it, are pretty obvious ones that have been around a long time and very successful. You can probably get 1 or 2 of those, okay?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
That was my first guess.
Coca-Cola is not on the list.
Wow. Ford.
Ford is not on the list. iPhone, he says. iPhone is not on the list, but something with an I is on the list. Oh, I'm sorry.
Internet.
iPhone is on the list.
iPad.
And also iPad.
Right.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay, so
iPhone,
you got
iPad.
one, basically two. Good job. All right. Now, I'm going to give you a couple hints. One of these is right in this room. It's a game. Right in this room, close to us.
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube is it, correct.
Really?
Yes, Rubik's Cube, yes.
It's on the front of Google today, by the way, the Rubik's Cube.
Is it?
Yeah.
It must be some kind of anniversary. It's number 10 on the list, by the way. Think children's books.
Cat in the Hat.
Bigger.
Dr. Seuss.
Bigger.
Alice in Wonderland.
All time bigger. Bigger, huge. Movie.
Children.
Movies, books.
Yeah, I know. Harry Potter.
Yes, thank you very much. Number 8. All right. One of them, this guy we're going to talk about, had a hologram,
Michael Jackson.
which, by the way, was kind of weird.
It was freaky.
Yeah, on the Billboard special, and it's his album.
Thriller.
Absolutely. All right. So you're doing better than you thought, right?
Well, why don't you give me a hint?
Once you give us a clue.
I'm going
Can't believe Coca-Cola.
I know. I thought I
hasn't sold more than
I would
Thriller.
have guessed Coca-Cola as well. All right. Other video games.
Pac-Man.
Not on the list.
Oh, World of Warcraft.
Not on the list. Remember now, you got one. I'll give you this hint. One's a console. Okay.
Nintendo.
No.
Atari.
No.
PlayStation 3.
Yes, thank you very much. Number 1 on the list, by the way.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation
They've sold more PlayStation 3s than they have bottles of Coca-Cola.
PlayStations, period.
Than they have Coca-Cola?
Yes, PlayStations, 344 million units. Not bottles. You can't count a bottle of Coca-Cola. I mean,
That's a unit. You buy one unit.
No, it's not a unit. Just go with me on this, okay?
Okay.
This is just a list out of USA Today, 10 best-selling. It's a Wall Street Journal list, and it's just a list of things by it's not like individual units. It wouldn't be 25 cents can't compare to $350. I'm saying.
Yeah, but they've sold more than 350 million
Okay,
Fords.
well, these are the products.
They've sold more than 350 million Fords.
This also has to do with the amount of money too.
Okay. All right.
I'm just telling you, this is the Wall Street Journal list. I didn't
Right.
make it up.
I
okay?
understand.
All right. Other movies. Another movie that's been around a long time. Than many different editions of this movie.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's one of these. It's been many. It's current. It's been in the last 25 years.
Oh.
It's been over and over. There have been 211 million units sold of this. Excuse me. I'm sorry. There have been $4.6 billion sold. It's a movie. It's one that a very prominent actor who's still around was on. He was the captain.
Star Trek.
Well, no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. He wasn't the captain. That's Star Trek. I'm thinking about Star Trek. This is something, a Chewbacca.
Star Wars.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll get it right here. Threw you off there. Couple more. There is a car, by the way. There is a car, but it's not an American-made car.
Toyota.
It's a Corolla, though.
The Toyota Corolla.
That surprised me. 40.7 million units sold. And then this is a medication that a lot of people take for bad for cholesterol. Very well known.
Lunesta or something? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Starts with L. I take
Lyrica.
Lipitor.
Lipitor,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
number 3 on the 2 on the list. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. I guess you could argue that. I'm with you on that. Wouldn't you think Ford as a product would be one? But
Yeah,
But that's their list. All right, coming up at 4 o'clock, we've got.
You gonna tell me they hadn't sold 50 million Big Macs?
Yeah, I think it's I don't understand the rules for it. I don't think it's individual like the dollar units. But anyway, so that's what the products are listed at.
understand.
Coming up, Brad Rogers joins us at 4 o'clock. Dr. Buddy's in the house today. Dr. Buddy has a few tips on relationships. Anybody want to use those today? Could you use some help at home? I don't know.
Quite possibly, but I used a tip from you this weekend and made big points to my
Let's hear
girlfriend.
about that next, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
This is the Voice of Ocala, live and local. We're streaming at WOCA.com, the source.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The U.S. accusing Chinese military officials of stealing trade secrets from a half dozen U.S. companies.
This is a case alleging economic espionage by members of the Chinese military.
The U.S. government has long suspected China of targeting U.S. business interests for economic gain. The suspected cyber spies are now fugitives of the United States, but it's not known whether the U.S. will ever catch them and bring them to trial.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Meanwhile, charges have been filed against more than 100 people worldwide linked to a computer program that lets cyber criminals take over computers.
It even gave users the ability to activate a computer's camera to spy on a person in the victim's own home.
U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara. A federal appeals court has cleared the way for same-sex marriages to begin in Oregon if a judge's ruling allows it. It denied a request to block a judge's impending ruling that could strike down the state's same-sex marriage ban. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Get more control over your small business with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Get 24/7 burglary monitoring, a motion detector, 2 wireless cameras, and a lot less worries about your business. Call Star ADT from your cell phone. That's Star 238. It's savings made simple. ADT, our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF00.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
This is James Snyder inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy, right here on WOCA 1370.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Jacob Gabb. He's a U.S. Navy veteran. He's speaking about the American Legion National Commander Daniel M. Dellinger calling for the resignation of VA Secretary Eric Shinesky and two of his deputies, Robert Petzel, the Undersecretary for Health, and Allison Hickey, the Undersecretary for Benefits.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show, You've Got a Garden.
Kim Kitchings is the Vice President for Corporate Strategy and Program Metrics at Cotton. She'll be speaking about the 141st anniversary of the Blue Jean.
And then Joe Reichel will be here from Damage Control Services on his show, Damage Control, answering your questions about your do-it-yourself home projects and disaster restoration.
John Goodwin is a board member of the Audio Publishers Association, the president of Galaxy Press. He'll be speaking about the 2014 Writers of the Future Achievement Award.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on the Source WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
That's not it, huh? No, it's not it? Oh, that sounds pretty good.
You've let everybody know that you've never been to a rave in your life.
Oh, yeah, I go to them every week.
I just don't see you as the lollipop licking or pacifier wearing raver.
No, I don't wear that. No, I don't wear that. So that's it, huh?
That is Dubstep by Skrillex.
You know, it sounds like that ought to be like the Texas two-step. It's not exactly the same thing.
No. It's a little different.
Yeah. All right, so every now and then, the guy who has no voice today, you know, with Tom, osmosis works pretty good.
Yes.
Sometimes you talk to him and tell him something, and he ignores you and then can't hear you. But occasionally when he's listening and pays attention, by osmosis, he will take a suggestion, take it home, cogitate on it, and say, I think I'll try that. So Tom had a little case of osmosis here recently.
I did.
And what did you do?
Yesterday, my girl...
How many words, Austin? 350?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday...
I got a question, though, before he starts. Cogitate.
Yeah.
Is that the word of the day? I like that.
It could be if you like for it to.
Okay.
Look it up.
It's been in the dictionary for a while, though.
Well, the first time my ears
he's just... But that's... You know, it's always good to learn.
Always.
Every day.
I don't necessarily go home and look in the dictionary for
I get it every
day.
day on my phone. I get a word of the day sent to me every day.
It means to think deeply about something, meditate, or reflect.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good,
word,
buddy.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right,
Buddy has made his entire living writing.
Well, yeah.
I was looking for something to do yesterday, and without spending a lot of money, and you know it's kind of hard to do you go somewhere and not spend any money, not spend very much money.
But it's possible.
I spent $12 yesterday.
Okay.
And I had 3.5 of the best hours I've had since moving to Ocala 5 years ago.
Okay, let's guess what he did. I know OBS wasn't open, so you didn't go there.
3.5 hours.
You didn't go jogging. I know you didn't go jogging.
No exercise. There was exercise, but not jogging.
What else could you do? You went to a movie.
Nope.
That was my guess.
Okay. I don't know. I give up.
I have fabulous tickets to the Marion Theater.
That's true. That's true.
My girlfriend and I paid the $8 to get into Silver River State Park. Then we
$8 a piece.
$8 total.
Total for the car.
For the car, right?
Okay. So
and
what do you do when you get there, though?
Then we spent $2 a piece for the Silver River Museum. And we did the Silver River Museum, spent about an hour in there. Then we walked around the Cracker Village that they have there. Okay. That's amazing. Which
I've not seen the Cracker Village.
It's amazing, and it's open for school children during the summer. But they only open it up for Ocala Days 1 week a year for the Ocala Day celebration. I thought it'd be a good idea to go to the Marion County, because the Marion County Board of Education runs that. Say, why don't you get a bunch of college summer interns and open that thing up during the summer and have them live there and run it like a Cracker Village, and that would be a living classroom for students.
Good idea, yeah. Austin, how many words? What's the word count so far?
You got about 50 more.
So then we did the trails, and we walked down all the way to the Silver River, and you forget just how gorgeous the Silver River is. Even with all the bad things at Silver Springs and all, you get out there on the Silver River. And so we did that. We walked around. It took about 3.5 hours, and now we're even looking into, in the upcoming weeks, renting a campsite there and pitching a tent and doing some canoeing on the Silver River and everything. Spent $12 and had a fantastic 3.5 hours.
So how much does it cost to rent them?
You can get a campsite for like $22 a night.
And people can sleep out there.
Me and my girlfriend's all I'm taking, pal.
But I'm saying to you, is that a cabin involved?
No, that's a campsite.
Okay.
Now, a cabin's $110
How much
a
is
night.
the site?
$22, $24.
You camp there in your tent?
Yeah.
Okay, it's $22
with electricity and water.
Well, that's good.
But they have some fantastic cabins. We did a tour of the cabins. I mean, just in
we're talking upscale here on the cabin.
They're as nice as any hotel room that you'll pay $150 a night or $200 a night for.
Which is why Dr. Ford from IHMC stays there all the time.
And they sleep six, and they have completely fenced in veranda porch with ceiling fans and every amenity you want, modern amenity except for television and internet.
But you don't need when you go out to camp.
I was amazed at really how nice and how affordable all that is at Silver River State Park.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip, and something I think that now a lot of people will do. Thanks a lot. I want to go out there one day. Now you've ruined it. Everybody will have the thing tied up.
Well, you know what Yogi Bear says. There's so many people there, you can't even. What did he say?
Yogi Bear said nobody ever goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Exactly.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a good note. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, I'm done for today now.
All right, you are. All right. Warren Buffett, pretty smart guy, right? And he knows where to put his money, apparently. He's a guy that, everybody follows Berkshire Hathaway. Everybody knows about it. I won't put you guys through this, but I'm just going to read his list. This is the story about his 10 most valuable steaks. Not the kind of steaks that you eat, but the kind of steaks that you where he puts his money. And monkey see, monkey do. So here's some of them. Here's where he puts his money. DaVita Healthcare Partners is one of them.
Who?
DaVita, D-A-V-I-T-A. DaVita, it's healthcare. He's been investing in it for more than a decade. I guess it must be like, places for clinics, whatever, for people to get healthcare. Number 9, this one we all know because they just merged. They just been bought. Or going to be bought, DirecTV.
Yeah,
number 9.
American Telephone and Telegraph.
And buying it, yeah, that's kind of a surprise. This one you don't hear too much about, but he's got investments here. U.S. Bank Corp. 7 on his list is ExxonMobil. Number 6 is Procter & Gamble. Boy, that's a name that's been around for a long, long, long time. Since I was a boy, Procter & Gamble. But its yield, by the way, has been negative in the last quarter. Walmart, he buys. IBM, he buys. American Express, he buys. Coca-Cola, he buys. And those are long-time blue-chip stocks that yield dividends. I don't know that much about the stock market, but I know the names Coca-Cola, American Express, IBM. My family, over the years, have held Coca-Cola stock. Not a lot of it. That was always one of the things. Sometimes my sister would give my son Coca-Cola stock a little bit for his birthday, which he later squandered. And here's the thing that kind of got me. The number one thing on his portfolio, the thing he has mostly invested in, is a bank, and the bank is Wells Fargo. So there you go. That's what Warren Buffett does. He's a smart guy, and so there must be something to it if he does it.
Well, he's fixing to get $95 a share for DirecTV.
Yeah. Is that what it's up to? From what? Do you know?
That's what AT&T's paying.
They're paying.
$95 a share to acquire DirecTV. So now you're not going to have the DirecTV Sunday ticket. You're going to have the AT&T Sunday ticket, huh?
I'll be honest with you. I've liked DirecTV's customer service. I've been with them for a while. They've been good. There have been times when I really was very angry at AT&T's customer service. They've gotten better. But 3 years ago, I'd want to throw my phone through the window, like Tom Schmitz. I get so angry at them. But they're better now. And if DirecTV can make AT&T better, that's probably good for me. I'm a customer. All right. You hear so many weird names about now people naming their kids. What is it? What's the kid's name? North.
Right.
North is that
Northwest.
Northwest, and right. We have a friend whose daughter had a baby out in California. She's an actress and does some commercials. You'll see her every now and then, AT&T commercial, in fact. Very nice young lady. And her parents were very close friends. She had a baby, and she named him Blue. Blue. Paxton Blue. By the way, Paxton, Terry Bradshaw's middle name is Paxton, just so you know. But Paxton Blue. A lot of strange ways of naming kids today. I don't know, Austin, when you get married and have kids, will you go traditional? Will you go family? Will you make up a name? What do you think you'll do?
I probably won't go family because there's not a lot of family lines that I'll follow.
No other Austins?
No other Austins. I'll probably have to include Richard.
Yeah,
Richard in there somewhere.
What's your grandfather's name?
Wayne.
Wayne, okay.
Yeah. He's
and what's
Wayne
your
Richard.
mother's maiden name?
Baker.
Those are always good names.
Yeah.
Maiden names are always good names to carry. The
I don't know. I'll
Spanish,
probably go with a traditional name, not something like John, or not to say John's bad, but something not crazy.
Okay. Well, I picked the name Brendan because I just didn't want him to be named after me, and I don't dislike Wilson, but I'm the second. He would have been the third. I thought, well, what are we going to call him? Wilson Francis Martin III.
Trey.
So I picked. That was the name we talked about. Anyway, we picked Brendan. At the time, I knew nobody named Brendan, not a single person, and very rarely ever heard it, and spelled it differently. And now today, you hear that name a lot. But here's some names, odd baby names that didn't make it in 2013. Gee, I wonder why. Blip, B-L-I-P. Blip. Like I said, B-L-I-P, okay? You don't like that one? How about Ezgi, E-Z-G-I? Didn't make it. I can't imagine why. Actually, people named their children this, by the way.
Ezgi.
Ezgi and Blip. How about Bao, B-A-O, B-A-O? Like that one? Anything you hadn't heard so far?
No.
How about Cheese?
That's got to be a joke.
No. Someone named their kid Cheese. Hope they were Packer fans, is all I got to say.
Yeah.
Cheese. Okay. Here's one. Hurricane.
Okay.
Which one do you like the most?
It's kind of ironic because they name hurricanes people names, but then these people name their kid Hurricane.
Which is why they did it.
And then they'll probably name a hurricane now.
Yes.
Why can't it be a hurricane?
I don't know. And finally, Miggy, M-I-G-G-Y.
That's a little less crazy.
Which one, if you had to
all of them I've heard, Miggy's the one I would pick the best.
Okay, just say Miggy wins on that list of bad ones. Huh? You don't like Bao?
No.
No, okay. All right, that's it. Miggy. Start calling Austin Miggy from now on. Let's take a break. We'll come back.
I had a dog named Maggie.
Yes, okay. Maggie's a good name. Come back and we'll do tweets and quotes, round out the hour. At the top, the editorial page editor of the Star Banner, Brad Rogers, will be here to talk about Silver Springs, something he's discovered in a document about some of the things they're planning for Silver Springs has got him a little bit concerned. We'll talk to Brad about that, also about his editorial about kicking the can down the road. Coming up at the top of the hour. Stay tuned next for tweets and quotes right here.
This is the Voice of Ocala, live and local, and streaming at WOCA.com, the source.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Palm Chevrolet, where supporting the community is the Palm Chevy way, and by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their gums, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, loss proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선어해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 선어해 그런 선어해
I didn't really ask for it every break, Austin. Okay.
This is the real Gangnam Style. So
I know. That's not the most famous song. I'll tell you the song I'll always wonder what ever happened to. I thought sure it'd be a hit. Pants on the Ground. Tom, remember that song?
Yeah.
Pants on the Ground. I thought sure that would be a hit somewhere. Okay, let's talk a little TV before we go to tweets and quotes. We watched last night, final episodes of the year for Good Wife, which is our favorite show at home, and Mentalist. And it did not disappoint. We were talking during the break about it. If you didn't see it and you DVR'd it, a spoiler alert. We're going to talk about the ending, okay? Obviously, they're cliffhangers. They always are. And The Good Wife, now we're left wondering whether Diane may jump ship to Alicia Florrick and Carrie Argos, because she now, as Tom said, has made the offer at the end to come over to the other firm and with her $38 million. Meanwhile, Alicia and Carrie, who are close partners and friends, are feuding. Serious feud.
It takes us back to the first two seasons where they were competing
for
partnership, and we're always at each other's throat.
Right, rivals. And then, are the two firms going to merge? We thought they would. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. You know, Michael Fox got involved in
David Lee's never going to let him. He's never going to let him.
I love that episode. The part about leaving the recording, leaving the camera on. That was kind of a clever show last night. Anyway, the end is we don't know. And now the question is, will Alicia leave the firm to become a state attorney? And will Diane join
the post her husband held?
Yeah. So, not her. Well, at one time.
He was state attorney before he was governor.
Right. So that's that one. Now we got the mentalists. You know, Jane, as he's called, is
Patrick Jane.
Patrick is such a jerk sometimes, and he gives Lisbon nothing, you know. And clearly she's had eyes for him for a long time. He won't give her the time of day. He's like a cold fish. And so at the end of this show, the question comes, Lisbon's going to leave and go take a job, gets on the airplane, and you tell what happens to him.
He comes, he fights his way through security at the airport, which would never happen, by the way.
Right.
He'd be shot dead before he ever got to the plane.
Right.
But he gets on the plane and he tells Teresa he loves her. And then he says how great it feels that he's able to say that. Out of left field, didn't see it coming.
Not something he would say ordinarily, for sure. So pretty good. All right, time for tweets and quotes. Let's wrap it up. Pretty good ending. We'll see. Let's find something to watch now, Tom. I don't want to watch. All right, number one, I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know who Roger Babson is, but I like this quote. If things go wrong, don't go with them. And finally, from the late, great Kurt Cobain, wanting to be someone else is a waste of who you are.
Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird.
Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time finding that Sunday night show. I don't know
say the great Kurt Cobain?
Well, you know, he's dead now. I should have said the late great. He's a great ball standard, certainly. Everybody talks about him still. I wasn't a fan of his music.
Well, I was about to say, I had no idea you were a Nirvana fan.
I'm not. But I know he was a great songwriter and a great musician, and people I respect him, so... Do you think he's great or not?
Oh, I really enjoy Kurt Cobain.
There you go. I mean, not everybody has to be 25 years old to appreciate music.
No.
Coming up next, Brad Rogers. Stay tuned to the Voice of Ocala.
13. Did it again.
Oh, my goodness.
Voice of Ocala, live and local.
$1.
We're streaming at WOCA.com.
You say it wrong.
The source.
Stringing us along. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Hey, Eddie, I'm playing Augusta in a few hours, and I need a fourth. Want to join us?
Georgia's close, but it's not that close, Alex.
Not Georgia, Golden Ocala. I'm a member at Golden Ocala, and this course has 8 tribute holes, like number 12 and 13. You know, part of Amen Corner, and the postage stamp, and the road hole. It's a phenomenal track. My family and I always have a great time at the pool and at the restaurants. They've got 3, you know. The kids love the tennis programs. My wife practically lives at the spa, and I've been bulking up with a personal trainer in their fitness center. Joining Golden Ocala was one of the best decisions I've ever made, aside from marrying my wife, of course. So you want to join us in a few hours?
Absolutely. I can't wait to play the first hole in golf and the road hole too. Hey, how do I become a member at Golden Ocala?
Eddie, just call 352-402-4343.
Luxury and great golf is affordable at Golden Ocala. Call 352-402-4343 to join.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Oh, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh. That's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
As a rule, bad news should always be delivered in person or by phone, especially at work. Those without strong social circles are twice as likely to die early. In fact, loneliness can reduce our lifespan just as much as smoking can. The white noise generated by a fan prevents random sounds from disturbing your sleep. And when we've had a good night's sleep, our bodies produce less of the I'm hungry hormone, ghrelin.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Where in Florida, sunshine mixing with clouds today, a gusty breeze this afternoon, a high 83 to 87. Tonight will be mainly clear with a low of 63 inland, about 70 along the coast. Tomorrow will be partly sunny, high 81 to 85. And on Wednesday, plenty of sunshine and warm with a high of 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. A one-eyed, hook-handed Islamic cleric is found guilty in a New York terror trial.
56-year-old Abu Hamza, the radical Islamic cleric, pled not guilty to 11 terror charges, including setting up training camps in Oregon, advocating jihad in Afghanistan, and aiding in a deadly hostage crisis in Yemen. Hamza was extradited to the U.S. from the U.K., and prosecutors used his own videotaped sermons against him.
Fox News Radio's Jeff Manasso. 5 Chinese military officials have been charged by the feds with cyber spying on major American companies in an attempt to steal trade secrets. It's an issue the White House has raised with Beijing before.
We have consistently and candidly raised these concerns with the Chinese government, and today's announcement reflects our growing concerns that this Chinese behavior has continued.
Spokesman Jay Carney, a federal judge has struck down Oregon's ban on same-sex marriages. Fox News. We report. You decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Get more control over your small business with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Get 24/7 burglary monitoring, a motion detector, 2 wireless cameras, and a lot less worries about your business. Call Star ADT from your cell phone. That's Star 238. It's savings made simple. ADT, our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF0001.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone. He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
All right, welcome to hour two. I'm sorry with the transaction here. I'm trying to buy some favor with the Start Banner editorial page editor for 3 cents. There you are. Thank you, Brad. Can you give me 3 cents worth of whatever you sell today? Wait. Make it 2 cents. I don't want to get. I can't go any higher than that. It's Brad.
Did you just give Brad Rogers your 2 cents?
I did. My 2 cents worth. That was the whole point. Brad Rogers, our friend, often appears on this program. We're glad to have him back again today for a short while. I know Monday's a bad day for you, trying to scramble, so we won't keep you too long, but welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And we turned his mic on. And I want to say that we ran into each other today. I guess we were having lunch. I was having lunch with a friend. You came over and we
interrupted.
No. There you go. That's good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you said, I got to come on the show. I got something to say. I said, oh, great. I would love that when you say that because, you have an open invitation here. I usually am the one to ask you, but you were kind of, let's say you're intrigued, perhaps slightly miffed, but we'll save that subject for another time. Let me tell you about what happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
Enough about you. Let's talk about me.
It's far more interesting, I'm sure.
No, you'll like this. It's really about you, turns out. So I'm sitting in church on Sunday, like every good boy should be, right? Listening to my pastor, and he makes a remark that parents should not let their kids run their house and that kids should be told no. And then he said, also, politicians learn to say no. If people would just get up and say and vote their convictions and say no, then we'd vote for them, because they have gumption.
Right.
And so sitting across the aisle from me is one Kathy Bryant next to me, okay? And so, and of course, everybody's head snapped around to Kathy when that was said, And then shortly thereafter the service ended, Kathy walked out. I spoke. I said, well, I guess you got your campaign slogan going. She said, I was thinking he read Brad Rogers' column this morning. I said, well, I haven't had a chance to read it, but I'll go home and do it right now. So I did. And in a minute, we're going to talk about it, about what you wrote about kicking the can down the road, a phrase you've used on this show several times. So we'll get into
that. That should be the campaign slogan for anyone running against the incumbents.
Okay. Now, coming up, we'll start having some forums around here this summer. As a matter of fact,
sure.
I'm going to actually moderate one on the county commission. Candidates coming up.
Okay.
The League of Women Voters, and sometime in July, I think, been asked to do, which I'm glad to do. And as we get closer to the political season, because you're one who actually pays attention,
I try.
To goes around here, and what goes around here is we like to get your input because you can point us in directions of things that we might miss, which we did a little bit in this recent communique about Silver Springs, which we'll talk into. Having said all that, I saw your column or your editorial about the great play made by the outfielder for Trinity Catholic.
Sam Atwell.
Yep. And I had not seen it. We talked about it on the show. Tommy Bond was on the show on Friday, and I was going to go look it up because it was on SportsCenter. Tom, what was it, number 2 or
Number 2 out of the top 10.
Yeah, and so I was going to go look it up, and I forgot, but your column reminded me, so I did go on and watch it thanks to you.
Cool.
So, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. So I know you have a strong connection at TC.
Told Sam, I said, next time your dad says nothing good ever happens after 12 o'clock, you can say, oh, yes, it does.
That's pretty good.
1:15 in the morning.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty good. Well, good column. Anyway,
Thank you.
As we speak today, we'll talk about a couple of things that we've talked about before, but still, what's new in Silver Springs? You think you spotted something that concerns you a little bit on one of the, what do you call them, the notes, not the notes, minutes, or whatever you call it, from a meeting advisory council, right? Something concerns you. We'll discuss that particular thing. And, of course, we're going to get to the subject of kicking the can down the road, and which has to do, one way or another, eventually with tax and money.
Right.
And you're feeling that maybe we're putting off the inevitable, right? Just a general comment, if you would.
Well, I mean, there's just certain things you have to do. And, politicians are famous for wanting to compare running government to your household, which I never really think is probably a fair comparison. But let's just, for the sake of this discussion, do that. We haven't spent any money on infrastructure in this county in 10 years. We haven't spent any money in probably enough money in the past 5-6 years on public safety equipment and vehicles. I mean, not to mention the school system. I mean, you have to replace vehicles. You have to replace computers. You have to pave roads. I mean, these people talk about being fiscal conservatives. If I can pave a road for $1 a square foot, or I can rebuild it for $7 a square foot, why would I let the thing crumble so I can rebuild it for $7 a square foot? That is not the conservative way to go.
It's called maintenance. It's like your car. That's why you put oil in it. That's why you take care of it and rotate
they have
the
cut
tires.
taxes and they have cut budgets to the point they can't do those things.
Okay, when we get down to this in the next segment, I want you to let you pinpoint to me the things you think are critical that must be taken care of. You mentioned bridges and roads. We'll get to that in just a minute as well, because there are some issues there that, we're not, sometimes we're not as informed as we need to be. And I think that's why one thing our newspaper does is it keeps us up with the local issues of what we need to talk about. So, what do you think we're going to have in the way of a political year? Because the subject of kicking the can down the road, which we're going to address right after the break, has come up in a conversation I had recently with a key politician in this county.
Right.
Who said of another person who's up for a re-election, I said, well, where does he or she stand on this? And this politician said, well, they want to put it off until after, guess what? After the election.
After the election.
So that is the ultimate kicking the can down the road, which is to say not having to address it and talking about it whenever they're back in office. That's what I call really kicking it down the road.
Right.
So we'll talk about that. Brad Rogers is our special guest. Take a break, come back. We're going to talk about his column, or his editorial, I should say, and about if we need to raise money, we are going to raise money. If we had the money, what would we spend it on? Brad's going to help us spend this money next, right here on The Voice of Ocala.
This is The Voice of Ocala, live and local.
A weak
and
voice,
streaming
I might add.
live,
Sounds like
WOCA.com, the source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to OCUS, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. OCUS, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today, 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Hi, this is Sam Roberts with Air Ducts Heating and Air. I've been in the air conditioning business for years, but just recently my wife and I decided to open our own business. It's a difficult economic environment, but praise God, we've been doing just fine. And I'd like to take this time to thank all of my customers. I'd also like to invite you to give Air Ducts Heating and Air a try. You see, I don't have the high overhead of having 30 trucks on the road, dozens of employees, etc. And that means I can give you the absolute lowest rock bottom price on your new AC system. When you call Air Ducts Heating and Air,
304-6766. That's 304-6766.
I personally will come to your home and give you a free, no obligation in-home estimate. Air Ducts Heating and Air is a family-owned and operated business, and it'll be our pleasure to help keep your family comfortable.
Call today, 304-6766. That's 304-6766.
Call today for your free in-home estimate. License number CAC 1817288.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
A wide blank page and a swelling range.
Coming up later, Dr. Buddy visits the house. We'll tell you about that after our esteemed guest is back at work writing editorials. We're up, by the way, we're just talking about books we'd like to write. So that's we get caught up. We get interested in those topics. We forget about the show. Let's get back on topic.
Okay.
And that is your editorial on Sunday about kicking the can down the road. Again, explain kicking the can, and we'll talk about your editorial.
Well, kicking the can is you have needs. Moner Buenas is the county engineer who I would venture to say is beyond reproach when it comes to his opinion about infrastructure in this county. Tells the county commission, I'm running a $15 million a year deficit on road repaving. And I'm not real great with math, but that's been 4 years now. That's $60 million in resurfacing. We have 400 miles of roads that are poor or failing. Failing means they're crumbling. Why would you not? The Marion County Commission originally was established as the Marion County Road Board. That's their number one job, is to make sure our roads are paved so you can get from the country to the city. Still, it's the number one objective. Drive down 200 in front of Sullivan Cadillac and see what that road's like right now. You talk about washboard? There's a washboard road for you. You can't keep not doing stuff. Buddy, for a long time, I've preached be for something. Being for good roads is not a risky position. Being for law enforcement that can get to your house in quicker than 15 minutes, that is not a liberal position. I think Sheriff Blair's made a lot of mistakes, political and otherwise. But when his response time is 15 minutes on average, that's unacceptable. I'm not saying you should give him everything he wants, but by God, he needs cars that'll run. And when 75% of your fleet has more than 100,000 miles on it, and I hear people say, yeah, well, today's cars, 100,000 miles isn't a lot. No, it isn't a lot, except when you're going 120. I don't want to drive down the road on a regular basis at 100 miles an hour in a car with 150,000 miles on it. So to keep putting this stuff off, it's just going to get worse. And we're not even talking about the school system. And what I find amazing about all this, the school system has identified they started out with $500 million in maintenance needs. They pared that down to real needs, not wish list stuff, just real needs that needs to be done over the next 5 to 6 years. Where's our school board members saying, wow, $250 million, that's a lot of maintenance. We got 50 schools. We've got a number of roofs and air conditioning. An air conditioning system for a high school is not like going out to Sears and buying yourself a window unit. You're talking millions of dollars. And they have 3 or 4 air conditioning and heating systems that need to be replaced. And they got $1 million in the bank. God help us, if we get hit by a hurricane this summer, we're screwed. It'll wash out the roads. It'll cave in the school roofs in some of these schools. We are in real trouble. And we don't have the construction industry that we had in 2004 and 2005 that could fire up their bulldozers and their front-end loaders and clear roads like they did then.
Good point.
So my question is, when you say kick it down the road, we're doing nothing. We're not even keeping up with what we need to do. And our elected leaders don't want to acknowledge that it's a problem. It's a problem.
All right, good point. And I do like what you say when you said be for something. That's one of my favorite things. I'm going to read this one paragraph from the editorial, which sums up what you just said. The county commission has for too long made kicking the can down the road on a plethora of issues as a matter of philosophy, if not policy. At some point, it has to exhibit some vision beyond the next budget or the next election and address the basic maintenance and upkeep of our public services. The time has come. That time has come. The question is, has the time come when the commission will quit kicking the can down the road, which is just what you said. Now, the question is, why don't they make a decision, in your opinion? Is it political? Is it politically unsafe? Is that the reason?
They think it is. You know, buddy, you and I have lived in a lot of towns. You've never seen a business community. I've never seen a business community that is as disconnected from the political leadership as this town. Why is that? Because I don't think the business community thinks that the political leadership is going to do anything. They're not paving roads. They had to drag them kicking and screaming to build the road to the new industrial park. Kicking and screaming.
And that money was in the budget, wasn't it?
That road was already planned to be done. It's just it's just an amazing thing.
So in other words, if they do nothing, then then it's better than doing something, because no one can take offense at you because you did nothing, except you are taking offense.
Let's just hope we don't get noticed.
Yeah.
And let's hope we don't get noticed and draw opposition in the next campaign.
All right, so now we got a political year. We got what? We got school board seats up. We got obviously at least 2 county commissioners up, I know.
Right.
I'm not sure about the city council.
We got 3 school board and 2 county commissioners.
Yeah. So
city council just had theirs.
And of course, it depends. Kathy Bryant, Carl Zalek are up. They're 2 of the veterans. So
Ron Crawford, Bobby James, and Angie Boynton.
Okay. Do you think any of those people are in jeopardy because of this, or do you? I mean, I know it's hard to.
I don't know. You know, you look at the campaign contributions, and it's so much about money anymore. And I've actually heard candidates say, tell people, if you want to help me, write a check.
I've heard that said. I've
actually
heard it said by a politician.
That'll scare off my opposition, and that's sad. And but let's face it. I mean, we all know what everybody says. We hear it every day in this town. Where would they get a job as good as the one they got in the private sector?
Great retirement too. Let's shift gears on the final minutes you got here on this segment before we go to break.
Okay.
You're going to be forced to stay and play America's favorite game, Fake or Factoid, presented today by Don Pardo's Asleep. Presented today by
I'm going to get to
KMF's
butt again?
Salon, KMF's and Property Salon. Thank you very much, Don. Don Pardo's asleep down there. Right?
Austin said that exceeded my
word
limit.
Okay. Let's talk about the document that you sent me, which I've looked over a couple times. The advisory board group that met, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And these are the notes from that that we read, and we looked it over. And this is a generalization of things that need to be done at the park, et cetera, just all advisory group comments, et cetera.
Right.
And I read through it. It looked pretty pedestrian to me for the most part, but you had a concern about one part that you read later and you pointed out to me again, because I missed it the first time.
Right.
We add a new water park, the new road land use, snorkeling, fishing tournaments, all the other things. But one part of this bothered you, and that was about the special hotel lodge at the park.
Right.
Why?
Well, first of all, that's the county commission, which I would guess would be mostly Stan McLean.
Why would they let some private enterprise do it?
So you're going to give them tax-free land. You're going to give them tax-free land because you can't tax state land.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to get free land, tax-free, and you're going to let that on the spring front. And then all the guys who are investing money out on Silver Springs Boulevard, again, this is our conservative leadership. They got it backwards here. So all the private enterprise people on Silver Springs Boulevard who are trying to get people to come there and stay in their hotels, they're at a distinct disadvantage because they're not on the edge of the spring. And forget about the environment. Well, it's not to mention the environmental damage that it would do. I mean, and I heard Wendy Richards' thing about, we can do it environmentally safe. A hotel's a hotel. I'm sorry.
Why is it worse than an RV camp?
Because it's not going to be on the edge. The RV camp isn't going to be on the edge of the spring. There's no sense building a hotel in the park if it's not overlooking the spring.
Oh, I see.
Why would you want to stay? Why would you? Well, they've already said where the site is. The site's going to be on the east side of the park,
mm-hmm.
Where the Jeep Safari is, and what used to be the African American Paradise Park.
Right, okay,
it's going to be back in that area, overlooking the water. And
I defer to your wisdom on this. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that at some point, if you're going to
the
merge,
other thing was this wasn't presented at the same time. All the other this came in at 11 and a half
so
hours.
that was an addendum, so to speak.
Right. I've had 2 advisory board members just raising.
So they're concerned about it.
Well, they were never.
Who wrote this? Who grandfathered in? The county commission?
They just mailed it into DEP and they stuck it in here as the county's.
It's like a rider almost.
Right. Well, it's the county's recommendations or
all right.
suggestions.
So here's the only question and about this. At some point, if you're going to have state, local, you're going to have the public sector is going to be involved,
mm-hmm.
and people are going to come in and build things.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we not going to let anybody who has any commercial interest at all build anything on the Springs Head?
Come on, buddy. I mean, let's see. Bobby Genovese suddenly is interested in managing a state park.
But it doesn't allow him to build something about.
John Rudiani has shown interest in this from.
No. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I mean, you're developers. Like developers wanted to move dirt. They want to build things.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
So what you're concerned about is condos in Silver Springs, right?
The point was saving the Springs,
right? But
if we're gonna put in, national brand restaurants, multiple, by the way, it says in there.
Yeah, and you're okay with that?
No,
you don't want.
Okay. If we're going to turn it into Disney World, then we're not going to save the Springs. So either we're going to save the Springs or we're going to turn it into Disney World. Heck, there's people who want to put a casino out there.
I'm okay with that.
He woke up. No, that's just ignore him.
Go back to sleep. Let's clean the spring.
Yeah.
And let's, there's too many people that are trying to elbow to the front of the line on this. You've got Silver Springs. I mean, you created this CRA, this community redevelopment area. I mean, let's redevelop the private sector area before we start trying to compete with it on public land. And when you put a hotel, I heard the presentation from Wendy Richards. And Wendy Richards, for those who don't know, is an environmental developer out of Gainesville. I mean, she prides herself on being an ecotourism expert. And she says, we can do this without having any impact. Bull. I mean, Silver Springs, the state's pulling up the asphalt parking lots out there because they have an impact. Now, if an asphalt parking lot has an impact, what's a 150-room hotel going to have an impact? The county's already got a pipe down into the head spring pumping water out for its water system. So now they're going to let the state let the county's cronies build a hotel on it. It's just not. Let's save the spring.
I think I'll put it like this. Well, I got 30 seconds. I'll give you the final 15. But the bottom line is I think we're going to have to come up with a plan that embraces some of both, because we need this as an economic driver, and there has to be something on that commercial, on that land. And I'm not in favor of a passive state park. I don't think it ought to be cabins and, it should be a garden and let it go at that. There needs to be something out there that would be a viable business. You get the last 15 seconds.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not saying there can't be any business on that state land. I just don't think that a luxury hotel built on public land with no taxes paid, I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's good for the spring.
So you don't like the Hard Rock Casino at Silver Springs?
I'd love a Hard Rock Casino at I-75.
All right, there's the music. You want to stay around for a fake or factoid? We're going to let you go.
Okay.
Brad Rogers, we're coming your way right here on
The Voice of Ocala, live and local. Also streaming at WOCA.com. The Source.
If you feel like that's what you want to do, bring me down. Can't nothing bring me down.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocala, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocala, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Are you a business owner looking for a new and innovative way to reach consumers by thinking outside of the box? Well, here's a great new idea that thinks inside the box. Value Box. Value Box is a beautiful recipe box that features your business's profile on the front of recipe cards with a personal recipe on the back. With Value Box, a business's name can stay in front of their customers for years. They also offer an app for your iPhone or iPad for those who cook in the 21st century. So if it's time for your business to think outside the box to reach consumers, start by thinking inside the box with Value Box. For more information, you can contact Chuck Henderson of Value Box USA at 352-433-5301. That's 352-433-5301. Or by email, chuck@valueboxusa.com.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. A one-eyed, hook-handed Islamic cleric is found guilty in a New York terror trial.
56-year-old Abu Hamza, the radical Islamic cleric, pled not guilty to 11 terror charges, including setting up training camps in Oregon, advocating jihad in Afghanistan, and aiding in a deadly hostage crisis in Yemen. Hamza was extradited to the U.S. from the UK, and prosecutors used his own videotaped sermons against him.
Fox News Radio's Jeff Manasso. 5 Chinese military officials have been charged by the feds with cyber spying on major American companies in an attempt to steal trade secrets. It's an issue the White House has raised with Beijing before.
We have consistently and candidly raised these concerns with the Chinese government, and today's announcement reflects our growing concerns that this Chinese behavior has continued.
Spokesman Jay Carney, a federal judge has struck down Oregon's ban on same-sex marriages. Fox News. We report. You decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Get more control over your small business with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Get 24/7 burglary monitoring, a motion detector, 2 wireless cameras, and a lot less worries about your business. Call Star ADT from your cell phone. That's Star 238. It's savings made simple. ADT, our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF0001.
Uh-oh.
Is that what I thought it was?
As long as you don't think it was me running over a sprinkler head, then no, it wasn't.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry about it. I'll just add it to the honey-do list.
If you had signed up for Mike Scott Plumbing's irrigation package in the first place, you wouldn't have to do anything.
What? Mike Scott Plumbing does irrigation too?
Yeah. I told you they have packages where they take care of everything.
Yeah, but I broke it, so they're not going to cover that.
But with their annual irrigation maintenance plans, you never have to pay for another service charge or broken sprinkler head ever again, regardless of the fault.
So that means I break it, they fix it.
That's what I said, Mr. Genius.
Okay, you win. How do I sign up?
I thought you'd never ask. Call Mike Scott Plumbing today and ask about their irrigation maintenance plans. 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
As a rule, bad news should always be delivered in person or by phone, especially at work. Those without strong social circles are twice as likely to die early. In fact, loneliness can reduce our lifespan just as much as smoking can. The white noise generated by a fan prevents random sounds from disturbing your sleep. And when we've had a good night's sleep, our bodies produce less of the I'm hungry hormone, ghrelin.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Okay, you know the game Wheel of Fortune, you know Jeopardy. The game that's right up there now in popularity with that is the famous Fake or Factoid, presented today by
Lisa Midget, proud owner of Proper Tease Salon and Kinetic Motion Fitness.
Thank you, a sick Don Pardo.
This Fake or Factoid or Tom always wins.
Fake Tom, Vanna White, if we're up there.
No, that's, Tom today, because of his illness, is going to be a long shot. He's 10-1 today, Austin. Austin is 3-1, and our visiting guest, our special guest, is 4-1, the Vegas odds. Ready to go? Here we are. Number one question on Fake or Factoid. Competitive lawnmower races have been going on since the 1960s. Fake or Factoid?
Fact.
Fact.
All three in the house correct. Everybody's got one on the board. Gave you the softball. You got it right. Number two, lipstick was originally used by men.
Fact.
Fact.
It is a fact.
Anybody want to change their answer? You should have. It's fake. One miss for everybody. Number three, 1 in 14 women in America is a natural blonde.
Fact.
Fact.
The other one, not fact.
It's called fake.
Fake.
I know this is difficult, but it's called either fake or fact.
I'm so
it's a 50-50 chance.
Fake.
It is fact. Brad's got, what, 2 misses?
And I'm married to a natural blonde.
Oh, man. Number 4, Steve Jobs' signature was inside of every original Macintosh.
Fact.
Fact.
You're all correct. It is fact. Number 5, the name Apple was inspired by William Tell's accurate arrow.
Fake.
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 You're all correct. It's fake. What's the score, Tom?
Brad has 2. Austin has 1. I have 1.
Hanging on. Mulligan number 1. High heels were originally made for men. Butchers wore them so they wouldn't step in blood.
That's got to be fact.
Fact.
Okay, fact.
You're all correct. It's fact.
Could make that up.
Oh, I could make them up, believe me. Gypsy is actually short for Egyptian.
Fake.
Fake.
Anybody want to change their answer? You should have. It's fact. We have 1 out and 2 with 2 misses. Am I correct?
Brad's out.
All right, Brad. Goodbye, Brad. You got to go to work.
I'm going to work.
I let you out early.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, Brad. Brad is the first victim. Here we go. Next, because heat expands the metal, M-E-T-A-L, the Eiffel Tower always leans away from the sun. I'll repeat. Because heat expands the metal, the Eiffel Tower always leans away from the sun.
Fake.
It's fact.
So we're both out.
You're both out. That means the number it comes down to today is for every 1 human killed by sharks, how many sharks have been killed by humans? For every 1 human killed by sharks, how many sharks have been killed by humans?
6,000.
Now say it again. For every 1 human killed by sharks, how many sharks have been killed by humans?
6,000. Oh, for every 1, 6,000 to 1.
50 to 1.
You guys are in the ballpark. 2 million.
2 million to 1.
2
Wow.
million. So you win, Tom, I guess.
I do win.
Wow. You should.
2 million to 1.
2 million.
Wow.
I mean, I don't like sharks, but that's kind of unfair.
6,000 was
I
kind
know.
of,
2 million.
2 million.
Wow. That's stunning, isn't it?
That doesn't seem fair at all.
Not a fair fight, is it? Anyway, just thought that was an interesting stat. All right, good game. Good game. Always good to have Brad Rogers in the house. And Dr. Buddy's going to pay a visit now. It's time. We haven't talked to our good doctor recently. You guys need some relationship advice?
We always need relationship
All right, let's see if any of these work for you. Dr. Buddy here every week to help you with your problems in romance. If you have any questions or comments, always reach me at buddy@WOC.com or text us at
352-507-5352.
Always trying to help you out.
Hey, bud. Yeah.
What?
No, I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right, here you go. First tip of the day. I got a bunch of tips for you. Psychologists say a crush lasts only 4 months. When the feelings last longer, you're considered to be in love. So there you go. You're in love. Always wonder about a crush
Or a stalker.
Or stalker is possible. Here's one about pain. Pain is, look, when you're young and you break up with your girlfriend or vice versa, there's a lot of pain. Emotional pain lasts 12 minutes. Anything longer is self-inflicted.
Wow.
It's all feeling sorry for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, when your partner is, now this is, I think, the best tip of the day, in my experience. I'm not very good at this, but when your partner is talking, your job is to listen, be non-judgmental, and try to find something in her or his perspective that makes sense to you. When it's your turn to talk, she or he should be doing the same thing. In other words, listen, don't be judgmental, and then respond. Next, initially, the stages of living together may be especially fraught with monetary concerns. I think every relationship has monetary concerns, don't you? So this problem doesn't become a real problem, spiral out of control. Sit down with your other half and craft out a detailed plan of action, consulting any resources that might help you to get your finances on track. Now, that to me is oversimplification. It ain't that easy.
No.
Because sometimes there's just not enough money. And the question is, how's it going to be spent? And then you get a little...
Right. And then you got the spending habits of both of you. And so there's a lot that goes into that.
And it goes into that like, okay, well, you buy for your mother flowers every month. Yeah, but you go play golf twice a week. You know,
Right,
and then there you go.
you gotta fight.
You got to decide which one's more important. And that's what you have to do.
Golf, of course.
And finally, this is a long one, but a very good one. In relationships, when you fall apart, one person withdraws or the other person withdraws. Who do you think withdraws the most in a relationship?
Men.
Correct. 85% of the time, the man withdraws. The reason could be biological, according to this article. Men's cardiovascular systems are more responsive to stress. So tuning out your mate is an attempt to avoid uncomfortable sensations. I know I've tuned my mate out, and I'm sure she's tuned me out. You guys ever experienced that? Tune them out? Or they tune you out?
What?
Of course you have, yes. To break the negative pattern of conflict in your relationship, next time things get heated, let your partner know what's going on by saying, quote, I can see this issue is important to you. I'm feeling too angry to discuss it right now. Let's come back to it once we've cooled off. That's a really good suggestion for somebody in this room. I'm not sure which one of us, but one of us. I don't know. I'm just saying. Dr. Buddy for the day. Trying to help you out there. Today I'm starting a series of articles from ancient thinkers, tips from ancient thinkers about what can you learn from the great thinkers of old. And, you know, Tom mentioned Socrates and Plato, whatever. I suppose it could be some of them. But this is an article I read on a website, and I called Barking Up the Wrong Tree. And I thought it was kind of interesting that some of the things they explained were so pertinent to us today. One of the biggest problems we have as individuals today is we're cut off from society or family, and we're lonely. And loneliness leads to despair. Despair leads to sometimes illness or death. So being connected is so important. This article says the community is vital because for 99% of human existence, we lived in small tribes. We're constantly surrounded by family and friends. But what are the advantages of the traditional world? The advantage is always being surrounded by people that you love or that love you. This says loneliness is not a problem in traditional societies. People spend their lives in or near the place where they were born. They remain surrounded by relatives and childhood companions. A lot of people don't want to leave Ocala because they're connected to it. I know people who would never leave here, grew up here. They feel like they're connected to the community, the people. They feel like this is really important to their livelihood and to their emotional stability. So this article goes on with the survey to say the greater the proportion of face-to-face interaction, the less lonely you are. The greater the proportion of online interaction, the lonelier you are. You'd think that Facebook might be able to help that out or something, or Skype or something, but apparently that doesn't work. It isn't the same. It says, not feeling socially connected can make you stupider and lead to an early death. When people's sense of social connectedness is threatened, their ability to self-regulate suffers and their IQ drops. Remember what we said last week a couple of times? Ask the question of people, how do you stay connected? Or how do you get connected? You talked about your girlfriend when you're out of town. Where does she go? What does she do? Connecting. eHarmony.com is not for everybody, whatever the case might be. And so you don't want to go to bars. It's okay to go to a bar, but you don't want to hang out at bars, right? And so where does a person go to if you don't have a significant other? Where do you go? You go to the golf course, you go to church, you go to business, you meet friends of your children's parents, whatever. It's an age-old question of how to stay connected with people in order to be able to flourish in your life, because there are not too many people out there who are hermits who are really today well-connected and well-adjusted. So, again, staying connected. This one today, community is vital, and we agree with that. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up right here on the Voice of Ocala.
Voice of Ocala, live and local. Also streaming at WOCA.com, the source.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw of Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not singing and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
You know what that anticipation feels like when you're about to open a gift? In a Box offers personalized gifts. Everything you'll need for that special occasion. In a Box. Holidays, birthdays, graduations, spa days, weddings, anniversaries, get-wells, and more. In a Box. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com and pick your theme. There's even a corporate option. In a Box creates the magic, and you'll be the rock star. Visit inaboxcelebrations.com. Partnered with Woodley Gardens.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Jacob Gabb. He's a U.S. Navy veteran. He's speaking about the American Legion National Commander Daniel M. Dellinger calling for the resignation of VA Secretary Eric Shinesky and 2 of his deputies, Robert Petzel, the Undersecretary for Health, and Allison Hickey, the Undersecretary for Benefits.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show, You've Got a Garden.
Kim Kitchings is the Vice President for Corporate Strategy and Program Metrics at Cotton. She'll be speaking about the 141st anniversary of the Blue Jean.
And then Joe Reichel will be here from Damage Control Services on his show, Damage Control, answering your questions about your do-it-yourself home projects and disaster restoration.
John Goodwin is a board member of the Audio Publishers Association, the president of Galaxy Press. He'll be speaking about the 2014 Writers of the Future Achievement Award.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
As a rule, bad news should always be delivered in person or by phone, especially at work. Those without strong social circles are twice as likely to die early. In fact, loneliness can reduce our lifespan just as much as smoking can. The white noise generated by a fan prevents random sounds from disturbing your sleep. And when we've had a good night's sleep, our bodies produce less of the I'm hungry hormone, ghrelin.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more.
Looks like there'll be a Triple Crown contender. We'll talk about that in a moment. Also, give us the sports news and headlines coming up for our hour Buddy Martin Sports Page. So hang around for that. Plus, we've got some basketball talk on the NBA, updates on the sports news. France Beard will join us and tell us what's happening up in Gainesville with the Gators, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we got no football.
We'll also talk, Buddy, more about a headline and a person that just won't go away.
Okay. I want to talk about this tragic story that our community happened over the weekend. It happened all of a sudden. We heard the news on Friday that this young cheerleader from Forest, Peyton Evans, 15 years old, had suffered an aneurysm and taken to the hospital and at Shands. And when we last were on the air, we talked about the hope and prayer, the prayers of everybody that she was going to be able to survive. And sadly, she did not. I know a lot of people were upset about it. Obviously, our community's heartbroken about it, particularly those kids who went to Forest with her and the families, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the Evans family, Amy and Brian, mother and father, the sisters, Taylor and Riley and Brendan, which was just a tragic thing. Imagine a 15-year-old girl, perfectly healthy cheerleader, just suddenly having a ruptured blood vessel in her brain and dying. It's just so sad. Many of the fans, one of the students of both schools, including and at Westport and at Vanguard and Forest, obviously demonstrated in sympathy. And Peyton's father, Brian Evans, said the outpouring in the community has been amazing, according to Ocala.com, and overwhelming. So information about the services for Peyton not available now, but sometime expected to be released, according to the Star Banner. The kids held candlelight vigils, car washes. I saw one out on 17th Street over the weekend, and they have a hashtag Pray for Peyton, which is what they were doing. So sadly, the young cheerleader from Forest High School was taken from us way too early. And it's a tragic thing anytime anybody dies, but this family particularly has touched the hearts of lots of people in the community. Again, our prayers and thoughts are with the Evans family.
But it's hard to look for something happy in that situation, but I did see on Facebook that her father, Brian, posted that she donated her pancreas, liver, and a couple other organs and saved 2 mothers and also a 7-year-old who were all getting close to dying, really. And because they were to receive a couple of organs from Peyton, or excuse me, her first name?
Peyton.
Peyton, yeah. From Peyton, that they survived.
She's an organ donor, and other people will live because of her, right. Which is wonderful. It's still very sad, and again, just something that rips the heart of the community out. So I want to talk about another kind of a unfortunate, sad story. 3 young children were critically injured Sunday night, and the car they were in struck a highway patrol car, a trooper's vehicle, which is not under control, and crossed into his path on Interstate 75. The trooper, Raul Umana, was driving a Mark 2007 Crown Victoria north on I-75 and tried to make a U-turn across the median of the highway. As he made the maneuver, his patrol car struck the guardrail and spun into the car on the inside, the southbound lane, and into the path of a 2014 Nissan Altima. The Altima was driven by Christia Jones of Orlando, crashed head into the patrol car, and then veered into the path of the Mercedes-Benz, which struck the Altima. In the Altima, Logan Grant, 2, and Leonard Maven, 5, and Denard Maven, all of Orlando, were critically injured. So just a horrible accident. What a freak thing to happen. Which the news are better. Stay tuned next. Buddy Martin Sports Page will talk about the possible Triple Crown winner coming up next right here on The Voice, Buddy Martin Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
And you taught me how to say.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new Old-Fashioned Bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom, so you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The Voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, less proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Guilty on all 11 terror counts, radical Islamic cleric Abu Hamza is going to jail for a very long time.
He faces life in prison. The most serious of the charges against him were the Yemen kidnapping charges, the conspiracy to kidnap American citizens in 1998 in Yemen. If he was convicted only on those charges and not of the other 8 or 9 against him, he still would have faced 100 years in prison.
Hannah Thomas Peter of Sky News. White House spokesman Jay Carney says the president's taking the growing scandal handle at the VA very seriously.
If the investigation finds any instances of wrongdoing, any individuals involved will be held accountable.
Undersecretary Thomas Petzel resigned from the Veterans Administration last week. Not enough, say critics, as he was about to retire anyway. Embattled LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling's charged by the NBA of damaging the league with his racist comments. A hearing scheduled for June 3rd. Fox News. We report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Get more control over your small business with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Get 24/7 burglary monitoring, a motion detector, 2 wireless cameras, and a lot less worries about your business. Call Star ADT from your cell phone. That's Star 238. It's savings made simple. ADT, our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF000.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the Full House at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Time now for a Monday edition of Buddy Sports Page. Glad to be with you today. Lots of sports news. And guess what? Coming up in just 13 minutes, some lucky listener is going to get a summer membership to the beautiful Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. That's right, a membership. The drawing is going to take place right here live on WOCA.com. Tom Schmitz drops them all into the fishbowl now. We have no idea whose names are on it. We have no idea who's going to win it. And in 13 minutes, we're going to pull out the lucky winner. Somebody's going to have something. I would love to have a membership for the summer for Golden Ocala.
That summer golf membership is a big deal.
I have a relative they have the socials membership, and they go out there all the time. And sometimes my daughter Laurie goes with them. And they order around the pool. They have a little drink, have some hamburger, and it gets hot out. And the pool is so cool, and you go sit under an umbrella. It's just a beautiful facility, and so we're so happy to have them as our partner here on the station. And by the way, for sponsoring our trip to the Players Championship, and lots more to give away in the coming weeks. As this is what, Tom? What kind of summer is this, Tom? The summer
of giving.
Summer of giving. Giving it all away, folks. So if you're not listening and your friends are not listening, they missed out on a chance to have a summer membership. Golf membership at Golden Ocala.
And thanks to everybody that responded, but we can only take the first 10. So,
Austin, you couldn't. The board's lighting up so fast you couldn't get them on.
Couldn't put them all in.
Yeah. So that's good. We got some headlines. We got NBA stuff to talk about. Big injury for OKC. Looks like the Miami Heat didn't know the season started. The third round started. They played yesterday. We'll talk about that. And the big news is there will be a bid for another Triple Crown winner. 35 years since we had it done. Ocala's own Affirm won it in 1978. And now California Chrome, after winning the Preakness on Saturday, there were questions about whether the horse would run in New York because of certain stipulations about the approval of a nasal strip. And Austin has the headline on that and other things. Austin, what's in the news?
Well, the main news of today, buddy, is like I mentioned, Donald Sterling will not go away. He has scheduled to have a hearing on June the 3rd. The NBA charged Sterling on Monday with damaging the league and its teams with his racist comments and set a hearing for June 3rd, after which owners could vote to terminate his ownership of the Los Angeles Clippers. The league also said the owner has engaged in other conduct that has impaired its relationship with fans and merchandising partners. Adam Silver, the league said in a statement, all of these acts provide grounds for termination under several provisions of the NBA Constitution and related agreements. So, Donald Sterling going to have a hearing on June 3rd. Don't know quite what all that entails, but
I think just a comment here real quick, and Tom, you can chime in if you want, is that no doubt what he did is reprehensible. I'm on the record as saying absolutely he'll be stripped of the franchise, but I'm going to say something that might kind of surprise you. And I'm not advocating anything, but if this happened 40 or 45 years ago, I doubt the owner of the NBA would have had his franchise taken away. Times have changed today. And you can't say and do certain things, and not that it makes it any more right or wrong. I'm just saying today there are just certain conduct required of people, and Donald Sterling was born for a different time. Obviously, his time has passed. He's going to pay a stiff price for this. But, Tom, even you question whether or not it's the right thing to do, given that the conversation was recorded and then replayed and given out to someone that was a private conversation. But that's not even the issue anymore.
No.
The cat's out.
What he said was reprehensible, and the cat's out of the bag. I'm not sure I like the precedent being set that in a country where speech is something that's protected as a right, that you could take a man's business from him for having that speech.
And even if,
as reprehensible as that speech is.
Right, exactly. It's almost like, I think the most reprehensible thing I could think of is someone who owned a car wash down the street had a demonstration outside with the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm not real sure you could take the car wash from him because he had the Klan there.
You could do a lot of things to him, not
you
go
could
there.
Boycott. You could not go to the car wash.
But the bylaws of this say otherwise, and the question is going to be which prevails.
Well,
California law, U.S. law, or the NBA.
The interpretation of it is that the bylaws say that they can do this, but the bylaws don't take into effect California law or U.S. law.
Well, buddy, if Devil's Advocate was posing a question, they'd say, well, if it wasn't banning him and the league can only fine him $2.5 million, what can you do in between banning the man and only fining him $2.5 million?
No, they can suspend him for life. They just can't take away his ownership of the team. I think suspending him for life, they could do that.
Right now, he's not going to pay the $2.5 million, so we'll see.
Right.
Anyway, just
and
that thought.
Doc Rivers isn't paying $25,000.
Right. We'll see how this plays out. We all know how we'd like to happen, but sometimes in law, the right side doesn't win. What else you got for headlines?
You mentioned California Chrome, buddy. He has been given approval to wear a nasal strip during the 146 Belmont Stakes, which keeps alive his chance of becoming the sport's 12th Triple Crown winner. The New York Racing Association stewards consulted with the New York State Gaming Commission equine medical director Scott Palmer and unanimously approved the use of equine nasal strips. California Chrome will be allowed to wear the strip during the mile-and-a-half race on June 7th, and it is the longest and most grueling of the 3 Triple Crown races.
They didn't allow the horse 2 years ago that was up for a Triple Crown to wear it. I think the owners of this horse knew that history and did the smart thing by saying, we're not going to get caught up in whether you let us wear the strip or not. We're not coming to the race if we don't wear the strip. And you can say it was the stewards and the athletic commission. Somewhere NBC had a seat at that table saying, well, just a minute.
Could be. I heard Jeannie Edwards on ESPN, who's a very knowledgeable horse racing person. She's been around a long time. Say that she knows this doctor, number one. Secondly, there's a new sheriff in town with the New York Racing Commission. There's new people, new blood, new folks who think differently, and they have a little more balanced thinking. And New York's like saying, okay, everybody else, you race the way you want to. In our city, we tell you how you're going to race. And apparently there's going to come to some kind of agreement on that. Because let's be honest about it. As much as I don't want California Chrome to win, because I want a firm to be the Triple Crown winner, fair is fair. It would have been, sports would have been robbed of a special occasion, a special event, if he didn't get a chance.
My question is, do you think the owners would have really kept that thread up and not put the horse in the Belmont?
I think they would have.
I think so too.
Reading their quotes.
I think listening,
kind of people they are.
I think listening to how they react, how they talked after the Kentucky Derby, and then one of them didn't even show up at the Preakness because of how he felt he was treated badly at Kentucky.
Well, but the one primary owner did say it's easy when you live your life a certain way, and that's it. That's how you live it. Period.
Yeah, that's how you live it.
Believes what he said. What else you got, Austin?
If you're a hockey fan, this is big news for you, especially if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan. Their goaltender Carey Price will miss the remainder of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Rangers. The coach said today, "We lost our best player, but we faced adversity already this year." He suffered. Goaltender Price suffered an apparent lower body injury in the series opening 7-2 loss Saturday after a collision with Rangers forward Chris Kreider. And obviously, this is a big hit to the Canadiens.
All right.
LaShawn McCoy in the NFL made comments and says, "I'm the best running back in the NFL." He made comments on ESPN's First Take whenever he was asked if he believed he was the league's top back, and he replied, "Yes, sir, I'm the best."
So, all right. I expect him to say that.
Yeah, what's he going to say?
Right.
No, I think there's 3 running backs better than me.
I'm not the best. I'm probably the top 10, though. Yeah. Okay, Austin, thanks very much. We're coming up now after the break. Don't forget, somebody's going to win a membership to Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club for the summer right here on our show, right here after the break at 5:16. We'll be pulling it out of the fishbowl. Stay tuned. We're going to be calling you. And the program is called Buddy Sports Page on
Live and Local. Also streaming at WOCA.com, the source.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Getting a head start in learning to read is more important now than ever for our young children. The Reading Pals program of Marion County pairs up reading mentors with struggling kindergartners and helps them get up to speed in their most important years. But they need volunteers. If you'd like to be a Reading Pal, call Jan Hathaway at the United Way at 732-9696. That's 732-9696. Be a Reading Pal today.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage
luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today. Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA.
You know, somehow or another, I feel like we ought to have like one of those great big kettle drums or a ba-boom or something like that, some loud music or something. I don't know, gong or something. But, you know, we've got Evilio here, Silvero, to do the honors. Don't touch that thing yet, man. The FBI and Justice Department is coming in here to look at this thing over. Put it in front of the camera. We're going to do this live. There can be no doubt about this. This is legitimate. Some lucky winner is going to get, as soon as the video identifies it, a membership. Some membership. There's a drum roll. There's a drum roll. Is this on? E-video. The winner is
Jay Hallett.
Jay Hewlett.
Jay Hewlett.
Jay Hewlett, he works for the city.
He does.
Good listener to the show. Brought me a birthday cake.
Oh, that's the guy that comes to
from San Diego.
There's no hanky-panky here.
Nope.
It's all legit. Jay Hewlett, our guy. I didn't know his last name was Hewlett.
Yep, that's the Jay.
All right, Jay, we're going to call you right now.
Yeah,
thank you, Vilo. Right you should be his. This is your new best friend. Take his number.
He owes me to take me at least one time.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you ought to be get a foursome out of some kind. Thanks, Vilo. All right, Jay Hewlett.
That's good.
Jay
good
Hewlett.
win for Jay.
Wow. Good for him.
He knew that birthday cake was eventually going to come back.
Yeah, don't tell him that. They'll think it was a collusion of some kind. Now, Jay's a very loyal listener. He used to go with us on remotes. He'd come out to remotes. And I did not know his last name until just now. So congratulations to Jay. We're going to try to give him a call and congratulate him. No, don't do that now. Oh, yeah. So for all you folks that didn't win, we appreciate you playing.
Nancy
Tootin, yeah.
Augie Griner Jr.
Augie Griner Jr. is in there. Yeah, right. All right, you don't have to read them all. We see them. They're all of them.
CJ.
Yeah. None of our names are in there, huh?
Listener Paul Young.
It's funny. I actually entered myself. You don't have it in there?
No. And listener Tom Honor.
Jay is not available.
All right, Jay, you missed your chance, buddy. Congratulations. We'll get a hold of him. Jay, get the word. If you know Jay, give him a call. He works where now? The city?
Doesn't he work for the city, doesn't
Somewhere out there. He's all right.
He's the guy that gave us the update on when the chairs got confiscated and everything.
That's right, he did. All right. Well, we're glad one of our loyal listeners won it. Congratulations. That's good stuff right there. So, what is it again, Tom? The summer of what?
Summer of Giving. Brought to you by the Voice of Ocala.
Wow. Great.
Jay Hewlett just won a summer golf membership to Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian
What's coming up next week or so?
Tomorrow on Wednesday, Therosian will be here, the tennis pro out at Golden Ocala, and he's going to do an interview. We're going to talk about the spa and the tennis activities and everything out there.
My backhand a little bit, need that.
And then on Friday, I'll ask a question about Therosian's interview. And then Monday, we'll give away a free summer spa and tennis membership.
We're getting a tennis membership?
Yeah.
Come. I'm telling you what, the folks out there at Golden Ocala, they get it.
If you hadn't been out there in the spa and swimming area and everything, it is top notch.
Good stuff. So how do we stand on the Triple Crown? Do we want the horse to win? Do we not want the horse to win? Should we be bigger than to say we want our local horse to be a legend, or should we say we're rooting for the horse? How should we?
Look, I went this week, had the winning ticket, and still lost $34. I'm done with horse racing.
Now, Tom, it's how you bet it.
I know.
It's how you bet it. I mean, look.
I got to say that I got the trifecta, but it's because I bet every possibility.
It costs you $34 to say you got it, though.
Yeah,
That's a problem. And look, it's like the guy goes to win that bets every horse to win. Somebody's going to win, obviously.
Well, if the long shots had come in second, third, I'd have made some money. They did not, however.
If never mind. If the
Candy
butts
and
or
nuts
candy
or
and
if
nuts.
somebody-
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go on the record now saying that Laurie and I were talking about this Saturday because Laurie and I saw together, my daughter Laurie, saw a firm win the Triple Crown at Belmont. And Stevie Cawthon was his teenage jockey, and she had a winning ticket on it. And Laurie was born in Ocala.
Laurie's 28 now, so she must have been an infant.
Exactly. She'll like that. But she said, no way, I don't want him to win. I want to remember that as the last Triple Crown winner, you know?
Right.
So, which is a significant thing to see, you know, remember. So, our family, we're not so much in favor of horses.
I had a talk show host yesterday saying, you know, you had the movie Seabiscuit. You could have made a movie Affirmed. You could have made a movie Secretariat. Who the hell wants to hear a movie California Chrome?
Well, Affirmed actually is still maybe a book possibility, and it's in my arsenal.
Right.
Somebody, because I think it's still one
But
of those
who
things.
wants a book called California Chrome?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And you know, here's the thing about that. My comment on that is if he wins, and I hate to say it this way, it's a little bit of a cheap Triple Crown because the field just isn't that strong. He's clearly the best horse.
Pat Forty wrote a great article about that, about how the Preakness has become such a weak link. And we had talked about this last week. Augie Griner talked about it.
We talked about some of it before, yeah.
Right, and how the Triple Crown has a weak link to Preakness because so many of the horses that lose the Derby take the Preakness off to get another shot at the Belmont, that you really have 6 or 7 horses that aren't Triple Crown quality running a Triple Crown race.
I'm hoping that Michael Compton will be able to call us. He's on deadline. Here's the question I have. You remember the horse race when they had the $1 million bonuses for winning each race?
Yeah.
And then if you won $5 million, if you won the Triple Crown, that used to be back in the day. Whatever happened to that? Because that would bring those people into the Preakness. That would say, you know, to get the total.
I think the popularity fell off, so the money probably fell off.
I don't know, but I'm thinking that was a great thing for horse racing because if you won them all 3, you got $5 million. Obviously, if you won 2, you get $2 million. So I wondered why Visa used to be the sponsor. Maybe somebody can call and tell me that, or email me at buddy@woc.com, or text us if you need to at
352-507-5352. You figure we've had this number now for 3 months. Figure a year into it, we probably will get it where you know the number.
I never remember that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Just give me 4 digits. I could handle
507-5352.
I remember 5352, but I just can't remember all of it. Nonetheless, if anybody has an answer to that, why did they stop doing it? Obviously, money being a concern, I think is something. We didn't talk much about the basketball. We want to get to that because there's a big possibility of a player changing the whole landscape of basketball if, in fact, he leaves the Timberwolves and goes someplace else, especially a couple of teams. We'll talk about that. Mark Jackson also is being named for another job. And here's one I want to mention now. How important are RBIs? Are they really a standard in baseball that we measure the greatness of a player? I always did. I always thought, you know, if you get to 150 ribbies, you've had a heck of a year, you know. And the bottom line is it's a stat I think baseball players strive for because means a guy produces with men on base, you know. But there are some people who think they're not a good stat.
It's a terrible stat.
Why?
Because it doesn't take into effect everything a hitter does. It doesn't take in, like, you don't get an RBI for walking.
Yeah.
But you still drove a run in.
So you say that you'd rather have that you think it's more important to have on-base stat.
On-base percentage is much more important than RBI.
That might be for a manager, not for a fan. For me, I think the triple crown.
And that's all to each his own because The old timers are going to tell you that they like it the way it was, and the sabermetric guys will tell you that they're out of touch and that it's not a good stat.
And that's the problem with Matrix sabermetrics guys. They try to change the value system of baseball, and while it might work for them and Bill James and all other stuff, it's still the great American pastime. And those of us who enjoy the game for what it is, we're going to hold on to those things.
Well, I understand that, and I have very baseball purist thoughts. Except when it comes to statistics, I like the way sabermetrics takes into effect.
You have impure thoughts.
I just think that a walk and stuff like that, moving runners over and all those are very important to the overall stat.
Okay, then certain guys like, Ted Williams got a bunch of walks, but I remember him as the last 400 hitter. Not as a guy got a whole bunch of walks.
You know what, though? When you put Ted Williams' on-base percentage up because he hit so well, he had a great on-base percentage.
I don't need that. I already know he was a great hitter by the fact that he hit 400.
But great hitters don't necessarily – you can be a great hitter and still only bat 330, 340. But then if you walk another, 60 times, now your on-base percentage is 460. You got to get on base to score runs. So if you're on base almost half the time you come to up at bat, you're a good ball player.
I'm not buying it.
I'm just saying.
And here's
you got to be on base to score runs.
Yeah, but here's the deal. You think RBIs are a dumb stat, right?
I think they're an antiquated stat.
You said dumb originally.
I think I said it's a terrible stat. I think that's what I said originally. I think it's an antiquated, out-of-touch stat with today's game.
I think it's dumb. I'm going to quote this tweet. Then Miguel Cabrera is really dumb. He has a whole bunch of RBIs.
But you got to go back and look at McGraw. He's also one of the 2 or 3 best on-base percentage people in the game.
Don't care. I know sabermetrics, how that works. I saw the movie and I've read about Bill James. I think there's some truth to some of that stuff. But to me, it's as an individual performer. I'm talking about individual now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about his team stat.
Last time I checked, it's a team sport.
It may be, but it's not a team stat when it comes to payday. I mean, you get paid by the numbers. And I guarantee you, on-base percentage guys don't get paid as much as sluggers do. So that's the key. And I think that's what we're confusing here is that baseball people like sabermetrics people, they want to say this is what's more important because it's for the team. I say the numbers speak, and the RBI is still king. Okay. Coming up next, a lot more to come your way. Talk NBA, and we've got maybe Michael Compton talking about the Triple Crown right here on Buddy Sports Page.
We're streaming at WOCA.com, the source, live and local.
Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw reminding you to listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Guilty on all 11 terror counts, radical Islamic cleric Abu Hamza is going to jail for a very long time.
He faces life in prison. The most serious of the charges against him were the Yemen kidnapping charges, the conspiracy to kidnap American citizens in 1998 in Yemen. If he was convicted only on those charges and not of the other 8 or 9 against him, he still would have faced 100 years in prison.
Hannah Thomas Peter of Sky News. White House spokesman Jay Carney says the president's taking the growing scandal at the VA very seriously.
If the investigation finds any instances of wrongdoing, any individuals involved will be held accountable.
Undersecretary Thomas Petzel resigned from the Veterans Administration last week. Not enough, say critics, as he was about to retire anyway. Embattled LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling's charged by the NBA of damaging the league with his racist comments. A hearing scheduled for June 3rd. Fox News. We report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adi Zero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Get more control over your small business with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Get 24/7 burglary monitoring, a motion detector, 2 wireless cameras, and a lot less worries about your business. Call Star ADT from your cell phone. That's Star 238. It's savings made simple. ADT, our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF000.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Fredericks Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Fredericks Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Fredericks Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Fredericks Appliance.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Before you make it, you start to freeze. And so it looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed. 'Cause this is it.
Looks like we're going to have a horse go for it. Triple Crown. California Chrome trying to become number 12. And we're hoping we'll be able to get a hold of Michael Compton. I'm just looking at a piece he wrote earlier before the Preakness. He interviewed Espinosa, the jockey, talking about his horse. And saying that he thought he'd come out of it good, and he did. He's sound. That's what happens to horses sometimes. The durability, we talked about this dog you got in Junior, the durability of the animal, because they're not really built for durability now, the way they're built for speed. And some of the horses can't hold up this, might not seem like a lot, this is just a grueling pace to run these 3 races in a short period of time.
5 weeks, 3
From the
races.
first Saturday in May till the first week in June. So
all 3 of these races are the longest 3 races these horses have ever run.
Correct. And so they're just they're 3-year-olds. So there you go. Anyway, Espinosa talking about why he thought he'd be ready to go in case he did get a chance to go for the Triple Crown. Now we know that he does because the New York State Commission has ruled that the horse can wear the breathing strips, which I wasn't really aware of. I didn't know that they wore them. I didn't know it was an
I didn't know
issue.
they had breathing strips.
Well, yeah, and there's certain kind of drugs they can take and can't take, etc. So we'll see how it turns out. We'll see if Michael gets a hold of us. Let's talk a little bit about the NBA. Miami was disinterested last night. Now, their numbers look good.
Ron and Dwayne had 59 between them.
Right. They played well. They shot the ball well, like 52% or whatever it was.
They played zero defense.
And in a really, really bad defense. And LeBron got burned a few times, too, as a matter of fact, having to guard a taller guy. And I think they were a bit lethargic, and this reminded me of the way they manhandled. I won't say manhandled. Got beat by Indianapolis earlier in the year. We all thought Indiana might be the team to beat, And then all of a sudden, the Pacers went in the tank, and everybody said they're done. And now, what do you think of Frank Vogel? He was the garbage guy. They wanted to throw him out, fire him, whatever. And now all of a sudden, he brings his team back. Could you have expected a more unlikely first game than for the Pacers to come out and beat the defending world champions?
Well, I think for the Pacers, it's very easy to high five and be upbeat and be ready to play and helping each other and getting each other's backs when it's game 1 of the series. You're on your home floor. You have a bunch of people cheering "Go Pacers" and clapping at everything you do, and you have the lead for most of the game. They jumped out to an early lead and weren't playing from behind. So I think for the Pacers, where they've struggled the most is mentally. That wasn't a very mentally tough game for them.
I think the worst thing that could have happened to the Indiana Pacers is them win the basketball game yesterday in the fashion they won.
Could be right.
By leading from the early in the first quarter the entire way. That gave them a false sense of we really are the better basketball team. And trust me, as we've all seen numerous times, the Miami defense you saw last night will not be the Miami defense you see in Game 2 Tuesday night. And nobody's making big comments about why weren't the Miami Heat taking the ball to the hole. Why'd Miami only go to the foul line 15 times? Why was Indiana the aggressor and Miami was not?
I agree. And on this, you and I are dead 100% on this, both of us, because it's fool's gold. I from that thing last night, it meant nothing to me. The fact that the Pacers won was surprising.
I still think Miami's going to win the series.
I think it means nothing. Miami's going to win it probably in 6 or whatever. And will Paul George and Roy Hibbert perform like that next time? Probably not. But when they get play like that, and the balanced scoring, they had how many guys in double figures? 5 or 6?
6.
And they look like the old Pacers. Now, I don't get how you can turn the switch and go from being so bad to being so good.
I think Miami gave them. I think Miami can. Some of that credit can go to Miami for their just lack of defense.
Well, buddy, you said it perfectly. Is they were just disinterested because we've seen so many times this Miami Heat team can have that switch and can turn the switch on. And last night, like you said, they just seemed disinterested. They didn't want to play defense. They couldn't guard the ball. And Indiana got in the lane, got kicked out, and made threes. The Heat also didn't shoot the ball very well. Between LeBron James and Chris Bosh, they were 1 for 10 from 3, which is terrible.
Good, but they shot 52% as a team. I think it was like 51, 52%, right. But their three-point shooting was horrendous.
Where is that Roy Hibbert been? Where's that guy been?
On the bench.
Miami didn't play any defense against him.
He just has. This. And
Roy Hibbert is the guy that the Heat have worried about all season long. Why they got Greg Oden, even though he didn't pan out. Roy Hibbert's the guy that Indiana has against the Heat and can be the only threat against the Heat.
Because a big man could really hurt Miami. That's why right now I say it doesn't matter. I think San Antonio's going to win it all, in my opinion. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think San Antonio's going to win the series.
Especially now that OKC has lost a key player in Serge Ibaka. That's a big loss for them. And I think they would have tested them. I think now San Antonio wins in 6 over OKC, and they're ready to go. And your boy Tony Parker now is back.
Well, I think it'll be an interesting series because Tony Parker's back, but Reggie Jackson, for the backup point guard behind Russell Westbrook for the Thunder, has played terrific against the Spurs in the regular season. But I think the loss of Serge Ibaka definitely hurts them, but they still have Steven Adams down low. They still have Kendrick Perkins. They're both not as athletic as Serge Ibaka, but it's not as big as a lot of people think are making them out to be.
We know that the NBA, however, wants to make sure their hope upon hope is that Miami beats Indiana, because you need the big bad wolf to be taken down. So they want Miami to get to the finals for the third time because the Black Bart needs to be taken down.
Could be. What do you guys think about Mark Jackson being on the telecast last night?
I loved it. It was like old home. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
It's like him and Jeff Van Gundy hadn't missed a step. They were right back there insulting each other, telling each other how dumb each other were.
He made the telecast a lot better, didn't he?
He does. He's a lot better than Reggie
Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Oh, yeah. Reggie Miller's no broadcaster. Great player and good, okay color guy, but really.
But just the chemistry between Jackson
and giving it back
and Van Gundy.
Yeah. Perfect for it. And Jackson, of course, now is a candidate for the Knicks job. I don't think you get it, but that's be ironic if he winds up going to the Knicks.
I still think it's ironic, speaking of announcers, that Steve Kerr did the right thing and listened to Marv Albert.
Yeah, that's true. It was a big factor there. So we hadn't talked about this today. A guy that you never hear much about, but the guys who follow the game know a lot about him. They raved about him. Last night, Van Gundy raved about him. Kevin Love, who plays for the Timberwolves, who's apparently, now said he's going to become an unrestricted free agent next season.
He should.
And what a huge impact he's going to have on somebody's team, particularly the Bulls or the Warriors. Can you imagine what he would do to those two teams? Who, by the way, the Bulls, of course, they got they got no point guard because he's out to get hurt. But if they had him back and they had all the Joakim Noah, those guys back, and get a guy like that, all of a sudden they're probably
you put him on that Golden State team.
The reason why the Bulls lost the first series against the Wizards is they couldn't score. Kevin Love is a terrific scorer, and I think would fit in perfectly with the Bulls.
I agree with you.
The one that kills me, though, is everybody says Kevin Love's a serious consideration in Lakerland with Kobe Bryant. Kevin Love, while he's a great basketball player, is not Dwight Howard, and we saw how that didn't work.
Let's just say, I think that might have been our friend calling us here, Michael Compton, trying to reach us. And if Michael calls right back, we'll get you right on. Sorry we missed your call. It was one of those silent rings. We didn't see it. So, so Kevin Love can make a big difference for this for somebody's team and could change things. An all-star forward, of course, and of course they can also trade him. It's a possibility, but they know they're only going to have him for 1 year because he's a free agent. So we'll see how that works out as well. Let's see if we've got our friend calling in here now. Talk a little bit about horse racing. Meanwhile, golf over the weekend had a new winner. A guy, University of Georgia, dude.
I haven't even looked at it, buddy, to be honest with you.
The big thing was Mike Weir's big comeback. He finished second. Opportunity for him to he's been injured. And he's made a comeback, first time in like 3 or 4 years. Former Masters winner, injured. The Byron Nelson, of course, is not one of your top.
Mark Wilson.
No,
that's not it. No, what was his name?
Todd. What's his last name? First name is to play for the University of Georgia.
Yeah. There it is, right there.
Yeah. Anyway, he wound up winning and his first win. And congratulations to him.
Yeah, I can't.
And we're waiting to see if we can get a hold of Austin. Do we have him?
Yes.
Can't pull it up.
Let's go right to the hotline right now and talk to our horse racing friend, Michael Compton. Michael, I know you only got a couple minutes. Thanks for taking the time. We only got a couple.
Hey, buddy, perfect.
Thank you very much for calling in. Your take on the situation with California Chrome, right decision by the New York Racing Commission?
We can all breathe easily
good
with
one.
their decision today. How about that?
Nice. Perfect headline, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been ridiculous. Yeah.
This horse is...
I saw on the Today Show this morning, I did hear the banter, and I think somebody there commented that they saw a headline that said nasal strip. could spoil Triple Crown effort, and she said, "Who's this nasal strip? I don't know who that horse is."
Yeah, or the stripper named Nasal, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so good decision. Frankly, I don't think the horse is one of the greats, in my opinion. I think if he wins the Triple Crown, it won't be anything like the horses I've seen win it because the field's not that good. But your thoughts on that, and just one more minute to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the kind of horses that Affirm was beating and Secretariat was beating. Those horses also, the big thing to me is they had great horses pushing them. They had Sham and Aladar, respectively. And those great horses, I think, made those other horses better and made them run and made them earn it. I'm not sure about this crop that California Chrome is beating, but I do like the way he's doing it. He's doing everything right. He opens up on his rivals at the top of the lane, and he's just head and shoulders better than this group, I think.
All right. You were at the Preakness. How impressive was it to see that in person?
Oh, very impressive. And watching him and seeing him in the flesh, I love the way that he carries himself. He's a cool customer. I did an article last week that'll be in the next Blood Horse on the people that raised and trained him out in California. And I guess his mother struggled at birth, and she almost died. So she required a lot of attention after he was born, and they claim that that's why this horse is so good with people. He's so good with different atmospheres, different tracks. He was handled an awful lot as a baby. He gets along with people, and he was, always one of those kind of alpha males.
Well, you saw it. Maybe you'll see history here in a couple of weeks as they go to the final round at Belmont. This horse is built for distance. Can he go the mile and a half?
He acts like he does. I've heard different opinions on, everybody has a different viewpoint, of course, when you're watching a horse race. Some people think he was all out to win. Personally, I don't think he was all out to win. Right on Curlin made him run, but he wasn't really gaining that quickly on him late in the race, so I still think there's more there.
Michael, thanks for coming on with us at the last minute. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you again, hopefully before the Belmont.
My pleasure. Thanks, buddy.
Michael W. Compton, one of the best horse riders in racing riders in the business. Lives right here in Ocala. We'll take a break, come back. Franz Beard on the other side on Buddy Sports page, right here live and local on The Source.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Jacob Gabb. He's a U.S. Navy veteran. He's speaking about the American Legion National Commander Daniel M. Dellinger calling for the resignation of VA Secretary Eric Shinesky and two of his deputies, Robert Petzel, the Undersecretary for Health, and Allison Hickey, the Undersecretary for Benefits.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show, You've Got a Garden.
Kim Kitchings is the Vice President for Corporate Strategy and Program Metrics at Cotton. She'll be speaking about the 141st anniversary of the Blue Jean.
And then Joe Reichel will be here from Damage Control Services on his show, Damage Control, answering your questions about your do-it-yourself home projects and disaster restoration.
John Goodwin is a board member of the Audio Publishers Association, the president of Galaxy Press. He'll be speaking about the 2014 Writers of the Future Achievement Award.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
All that build-up for Franz Beard. I was getting ready to go. I was ready to rock and roll and do a little bit of college football talk, especially about the Florida Gators. Franz tied up. I know over the weekend he resigned from his job at Gator Country, and I think there's been a little bit of turmoil in that regard. And I talked to him over the weekend briefly, so he's probably sorting some things out. And if we don't get him today, we'll try to get him tomorrow, and certainly have him Thursday. One of the most knowledgeable guys we have in this area on sports, especially in really one of the top basketball writers. I think he'll wind up probably becoming a national basketball writer for some big organization, because he really follows the game closely, the college game, and he's too good of a talent not to be able to do that. Thinking about college football over the weekend, getting ready to crank out some columns here in the future. I'm writing some columns for southernpigskin.com, a very good website, by the way. If you haven't read it or checked it out, check it out sometime. It's football in the South. There's some very fine writers there. B.J. Bennett, one of them. And many of their articles are picked up by USA Today. And we will be doing some radio things for those folks as well in the near future. Southern Pigskin. And I got to thinking about if I was going to write a column today of some kind on Gator football, what would it be? And I think my first column, when I get ready to crank it out, before I go to SEC Media Days, which I will in July, I'm going to put this column together.
You're going to Hoover. Wow.
I'm going to write about the quarterback everybody's forgotten. The guy who's going to make a big difference in the game this day and time. We'll be talking about him, in glowing terms before the year's out. I feel it in my bones, unless something happens between now and then it changes my mind. I think
Will Greer,
Jeff Driscoll is going to be an outstanding quarterback. We've forgotten what his talents were. We've forgotten that back in the day when he was being recruited, actually one of the members of Urban Meyer's staff told me the one guy we can't afford not to get is Jeff Driscoll.
Where'd he go to high school?
Oh, down in Oviedo someplace.
Did he go to Oviedo High?
No, I don't think so.
He didn't?
I don't think so.
So he didn't back up Blake Bortles then?
No, he didn't back up Blake Bortles. He was he was everything that Urban Meyer wanted in his spread quarterback.
Haggerty High School.
Haggerty.
Right. And now it's come about. I read some quotes about that Will Muschamp had over the weekend. I think I mentioned him last week. That Muschamp was quoted as saying he's come around to the spread as being a better way to prepare athletes for the NFL than a pro-style offense in college. And the spread, and it's funny that as we talk about this, we still talk about the pro-style offense. And ironically, the pro-style offense emphasizes less the running backs. The spread, of course, is different. The quarterback is the trigger man, and sometimes is the guy that dishes or runs the football. And what was a position that didn't get drafted at all in the NFL? Running backs.
Right. Because quarterbacks are doing it now.
Right. So it has changed, and the spread is. And one NFL guy said, this is what they're sending us. They're sending us wide receivers, big wide receivers that used to be called tight ends. They're sending us, fast guys. They're sending us strong physical quarterbacks. We're not getting that many great running backs. Now, if Gale Sears came along today, I suspect they'd find a place for him.
Emmitt Smith came along. He'd probably get some running time.
Yeah, but even Emmitt wasn't all that fast when he came out of college. Right. They weren't in love with him originally. But so my point is the game has changed. I think Florida has got the right guy in Jeff Driscoll. I predict he's going to have a really good year, and I think that we've forgotten about Jeff Driscoll, and I'm looking forward to watching his progress. I want to read more about it this summer and check up on a few people. When France gets back on Thursday from his situation, I'll be able to get his update on that. So
let me ask you this real quick, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If quarterbacks could transfer without facing penalty of playing right away, like coaches can transfer, if Jeff Driscoll had went to Ohio State and been able to play, would he have played above Braxton Miller?
Good question. Would depend upon how many looks they'd had of each first. I think Braxton Miller might have an edge on him, but I think there's things that you're going to see different in Driscoll's game. It's going to change the Kurt Roper. That's the Driscoll I'm looking for. I want to thank our guest today, Brad Rogers, for coming by. Of course, Michael Compton, on behalf of my broadcast partner with no voice, Tom Schmidt. Austin, Amen, Statman, Short Timer. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mom who never was around, but she grew up tall and
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Spring.